Welcome back again to your favorite podcast, one podcast at a time. Today, well, it's just us two, right?
Yep.
Here. And what we decided to do is, ask questions, random questions, right? Just to kind of have fun, let loose, right? And also create a good laugh out of it, or get to know about us, or about, something that we didn't know about. So the first kind of little silly question we have, I mean, if do you have to have your closet door open or closed when you go to sleep?
Me first?
Yeah.
I guess now it could be open, it could be closed. It doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is the door more. The door should be closed. But when I was younger, everything had to be closed. The door, the closet, everything. So right now, I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? But I think when you were like when you're a kid, you think about like all the crazy monsters that probably, sleep or crawl out of the closet. So you grow up with that fear that, you don't know what's behind closed doors or what's gonna come out of the closet, or the scary stuff. But I think once you become an adult, you're like, hey, leave the damn door open or leave it closed. I'm still gonna fall asleep, right? Once you're tired, you're not even gonna matter what it is, right?
Yeah,
but
I think the fact that we're married, so
we sleep
together. I think that's when my fears went away, when I had someone to sleep with. But when I didn't have someone to sleep with, that's when I was scared. Or even when, Cheerio would sleep with me at home.
That's our dog.
Our dog, I wasn't scared. So I guess it was just me being alone and things being opened. And, yeah, that's they definitely had to be closed when I was back at home.
I mean, and since we're talking about sleep, now, do you sleep with your legs, tucked under the blanket or with one foot out? I mean, for me, it's like if I have the air conditioner or the fan on, it's like I still want to be tucked under the blanket, but I still want one foot out so I can still get a little bit of that fresh air, and that way you get a little balance of cold air and hot, not but hot air, but being tucked under the blanket, and you still get that one foot out, so you get a mixture in between. So that's for me.
I just remember being little and me telling my mom, I'm cold. And then I'll be like, but I'm hot. And then she'll be like, well, just put one foot out. And I'm like, okay. So I guess that's just kind of how I was taught. If you're cold and hot, just put one leg out and, the rest be tucked in. But again, back to when I was at home, it's I guess I watched a lot of scary movies. I did watch a lot of scary movies. So sometimes even if I was really hot, I was like, well, it was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, that also kind of brings up the thing, questions hey, what we watch as we're little affects our future, or not a future, but our
the moment too.
The moment builds our fears that either could ride with us as we get older, or do we overcome that by knowing that, hey, there's really nothing behind that door?
Well, I mean, how I overcame.
Or just overcome your fears by facing your fear.
No, I just literally stopped watching scary movies.
Now I could watch a movie yo, that was hilarious. You know what I mean? I always think about hey, if I was in a scary movie, I would definitely do the damn things differently. There's no way I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I guess now, but I guess to get to where I am and not being scared of the dark or things like that, I really just had to stop watching movies. The scary ones.
Same thing is when you seen a video, right? You seen those videos and you turn off the lights in your house and you turn off the last light, and you look behind to see if there's like a scary thing. You're like, is there anything like that's your mind kind of just playing games with you, but you still want to turn around and be like, is
That
there
was
anything
me.
behind me?
I remember just running up the stairs. That's scary movies, or things that you watch, or things that you put in your head.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It could build that fear inside of you, but then that's that for me. It's like no. This is my house. This is I'm the man. Whatever. I'm the man. That's it. But obviously, there's nothing there. But it's just your mind kind of playing games on you, right? Um, so that's how you overcome it by facing it, right?
Or that. Or facing it. Or just having different pets. And they just go with you everywhere. I'm just kidding. Don't.
Well, yeah,
That's literally me. I go to the basement, and all the cats and the dog, they go downstairs.
we have 2 cats and a dog.
And then they keep me company. But I'm not scared. I'm
And
not
the
scared
children.
anymore, okay? And yeah. But I'm not scared anymore of leaving anything.
Well, since we're talking about the house, if the house was on fire and you could only save one item, what would it be? Would it be the cat?
Wow.
Would it be the dog?
I mean, we're talking about items, not necessarily.
True.
Like, I feel like,
Fend for themselves. Hey, there's a door. Run.
would it be
One item though. One item.
I think possible. No, I think what I would save
My
is
passport.
like no, like our wedding pictures or like our wedding stuff. I think that's what I would save because that was such a beautiful day in our life. And I would also like to save like the things for like our babies.
So we need to put all that
Yeah.
together in one envelope or in a
One
case
box.
and in a box and grab that box and run, right?
There you go.
Which is funny about that too, because I mean the other day, like she told me, hey, I was washing the baby bottle, and by accident I left like the bottle and I put it in the hot water so it could like sanitize and clean very well. Well, we went to sleep and I forgot about it. And in the middle of the night, it was probably like 4 o'clock. My dad wakes up and he's like, "Yo, there's so much smoke in the house." And I was like, "What? Why is there smoke?" And then sure enough, I'm running down the stairs and there's clouds of like smoke in the house. And I'm getting closer to the kitchen and boom, there it was. I forgot to turn off the stove. So the bottle that I was cleaning with the hot water just melted, completely melted, and the
Yeah.
house was just filled with smokes. Thank God the house didn't burn down or there was no fire, but there was massive clouds and it was
Yeah,
bad,
that was
bad.
bad.
But now it kind of thinks you, hey, I should probably check my stove when I go to sleep, right? And put all my items that are valuable to me in one box.
Yeah.
That way, if it does, I
I don't
could
even know where they're
run.
at. They're all in different places because we don't think about these unexpected things that could happen.
Yeah, but I mean that was probably like a scariest
No, that was
moment for us
that
and
was scary.
and very eye opening. So, I mean,
So check your
smoke detectors.
Your smoke detectors because ours didn't have
Guilty. I
battery.
turn off the battery.
Yeah, so that's not gonna happen anymore.
Well, yeah, just bring alert and attention to the smoke detectors
We're
because they
bringing awareness.
awareness
as
because
well.
they actually could save your life. So check the batteries on that, right? But yeah, one of the items, at least for me, I could probably bring is gosh, what would I be? What would I bring? What would I bring that at least has a value to me? I don't think an item would replace it, right? Because, I mean, I feel like the pictures are valuable, but I think just for me it's like
Or yourself.
getting myself and obviously my children out of there.
I mean, yeah, of course, in that sense.
But
yeah.
an a specific item, that's a tough one because I don't think I'm like holding attached to an
Yeah.
item that'll be like, yo, this is coming with me to my deathbed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, that's true. When I was younger,
maybe my pillow. That way, I don't get like a neck cramp or anything like that. I will get my pillow with me. Like, no. If I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else that's not gonna be in my house anymore, I at least want to take my pillow. That way I
Okay.
can sleep a little comfortable. Maybe that's my item. I don't know, but
grab your pillow and go.
yeah, this is my snuggie.
When I was younger, and we lived in a second floor apartment, even when I was at where I lived, the last place, and the second floor was my room. Like my parents actually put, they tied up sheets to our beds. So just in case if there was a fire, we'd just throw it out and we would go down.
We don't have to try that out with the girls.
Yeah, because I don't know, that was their thing. So I would always think about when I was a young kid, like what would I take? And I remember like, oh my gosh, I would have to take my dolls, because like I said, I was little. I had to take my dolls. I have to take my love letters in my box. And then now, like, you're saying, like, it's like we're not really attached to too many things because everything can be replaced, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, it would just be like memories. That's it. Just the memory stuff.
Which is good, man.
Me next?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you could have one job that didn't pay, but you would do it, like, what would it be?
If it didn't pay, I would want to be at least like in the travel, like, field and everything like that, where you're able to. I don't want to say like a tour guide or anything like that, but like be able to. I don't know, be somewhere where you're able to kind of see entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, somewhere where you're able to be around people, different like atmosphere, a fun atmosphere, or is there such thing as that as
Maybe
a job?
a cruise,
Maybe a cruise, right?
like a cruise place.
Yeah, I mean
that's a hard one because for you not to get paid.
yeah, that's the part about it.
You're
That's
like,
what
what?
it's like. If there's no money involved, but if you can do it for entertainment, I mean,
Yeah.
think about that too. What would you wanna work?
I think for me, I would still stick to like what I do for a living, not necessarily. So I work at a retirement home, so I wouldn't necessarily do the caring, but I would love to spend time with them. You know,
Hear the stories.
yeah, go like. This past Wednesday, I cut one of my residents' hair, and I'm not a professional. But they asked, and I did it. And I personally wouldn't mind just doing those little things, like going in there, just spending time with them. I think that's what I would want to do. So I guess like a activities person. I would do that for free.
No, if there's a job out there that you guys would do without getting paid, write that in the comments, and we would love to hear what you guys would do, right? And or if you guys have any questions here that you guys would like to ask us, or for future videos, go ahead, write that also on the comments, right? We would like to hear what you guys think, right? So yeah, interesting questions.
That is because, like I said, it's not getting paid. So
Right.
you have to really think about what would you enjoy doing. Okay, so this is a funny question. If two mind readers read each other's minds at the same time, whose mind are they reading?
So if two mind readers read each other's minds at the same time, whose mind are they reading? Does that mean like where they're at too, or like?
I'm gonna guess that they're reading each other's minds.
Well, think about that too. It not necessarily also about like the mind readers, but at least for me and my part, what I'm saying, as us as a couple,
Yeah.
we can kind of read each other's mind because we know what we're gonna say, or we had
True.
led to each other like into say, hey, I was thinking about that. You
It
know what I mean?
happens all
Not
the
necessarily into like a mind reader,
No.
but like that connection that we have as a partner. You know what I mean? Like you have to.
Or we
you
finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, right. That's kind of like at least to where we're going with this, but understanding also your partner in involved that you're involved with, and being able to understand and kind of read them too,
Yeah.
in their mind, their mood, their body language, and to be able to know what exactly they're saying without reading each other's minds, right?
Yeah. And it happens a lot. Like sometimes he'll come home and be like, "Are you okay? What do you mean? Like, your vibe is a little off." So I mean, it's not. It's like in this question, like I'm not reading his mind, but I can just feel it. Like I guess it just happens when you're with someone for X amount of years.
Right. So we become mind readers to each other, right? And that's what it evolves to, being in a relationship too, in a marriage, obviously,
Yeah.
right? And being mind readers is like, yo, you want some tacos? She's like, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, who read each other's mind on that one? Did I read her mind or she read my mind, right?
That
Or was it
happened
our
last
stomachs
time.
talking, saying, hey, we want food, right?
I don't know. It's crazy. It's like, and it happens a lot with food, and I'm like, I was just thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
Right, and maybe it happens to you guys, right?
But it's a funny question, it is a funny question. If you guys think of the answer, let us know. But yeah, next question.
What?
Okay. If there was only one song in existence, which would it be? And that is very
Wow.
hard.
One song, I don't.
There's
Something
so
that,
many
there's so
songs.
many songs. There's so much music out there, and obviously there's new music being made every single day. But I mean, one that you would want, at least something that's uplifting, that everybody likes. That's a good jingle, something that everybody was sing in all different ages, and brings a good mood to people. Something that makes you happy,
Yeah.
gets you going.
Yeah.
What song
Sneezing
would that
time?
be? Yeah, I gotta sneeze.
Uh, for me, there's just so many songs, like he says, But like two songs that come to mind, not necessarily that I would want them to just be the one song for existence. It's like our wedding song, which was Somos Novios, and from Andrea Bocelli. And then the song from Tarzan, Come Stop Your Crying, It Will Be Alright. That song is like always on my mind, especially because I have two little girls, and I would sing it to my dog when I first got my dog, and that's one song that's always like in my head. I probably know the whole song by just singing it. So those two songs, not that I would want them, but those are like two songs that are in my heart, I should say.
Now this is kind of cool too. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Mind reader. No, just kidding.
A mind reader, yeah, right.
Um,
I would like to, superpower, flying. You know what I mean? It's at least for me. Why? Because I mean, I don't want to be stuck in traffic. I'd rather just get to my destination where I want to be, and probably because I need to work on my patience. But right, it's road rage. But yeah, probably for me it would be like a superpower, being able to fly, get to places faster, be able to have that superpower.
to me, since watching
I won't be
the
leaving
X-Men?
any emissions. Nothing but gas.
From the X-Men, I was like, oh my gosh, Xavier. Remember when
Yeah.
when we were at a house with our friends and we were just on the couch and we wanted the remote. We're like, oh, come here, and we were all trying to get him. Like, it's not gonna happen, but it was just funny. So I think like
Our superpowers didn't work.
no, they did not work. Well, definitely Xavier's power, which I think is called telekinesis. They're able to move things, but his power is like out of this world because he can even go into people's minds. I'm just speaking more of like, hey, let me get that. Like, open the fridge, give me something. More like that. I really don't want to be in people's minds. And flying is so cool.
Yeah,
I would
flying.
love to fly.
Flying, yeah, that's. I mean, that's cool. Now, if what would be you guys' superpower if you guys had one? Write that also in the comments. What would you guys like to have as kind of like a superpower? Maybe
Teleporting.
teleporting, the ability
Teleporting is
also
cool.
to be able to have knowledge, to be able to read the books as fast as
Just touch 'em.
a superhero, and get the knowledge of all the people that you know have lived and run everything. Maybe that's kind of cool if you're into that, right? But since we're talking about flying, if you could travel to one place right now, where would it be? Would it want to be like a sunny, you know, at the beach area with a
You,
nice drink, or would you want to, be at a nice luxury hotel?
the first place that comes to mind is Greece. I don't know, like in the movies or like if you search up Greece, you just see like the ocean and you see all like the white houses, like, in the hills, and
Yeah.
like that just comes to mind like right away. That's like a place that I would go right now, but like I guess a homey place, I think I would want to go to like Mexico and go see my family. But like out of my homey place, Greece.
For me, it would be like Dubai. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
you gotta think about that. Like a couple, like 10 years ago, there was nothing there but sand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now, from like so much like short time, it was created a city. You know what I mean? And to see all that, everything there, it's for me, it would be kind of cool. Just gotta go there and check it out, right? Check out what adventures it's out there. But definitely something we gotta put on your bucket list again. If you guys also have a place or a destination you guys would like to travel to, also write that down too, right? What else?
I have like the funny questions.
Did I get stuck with the serious questions?
What color, if when you think of these things, what color would come into mind? So, what color is rock music? And what color is rap music?
What do you guys think? At least for you guys viewers out there, what rock music color would be like? When we think of rock, we think of like, you know,
I think of red.
you think of red.
That's
Well,
when I read it. I'm like red. I don't know.
most people when they think of that it would be like
Black.
gray, dark colors.
Maybe like a burgundy. But I definitely thought about gray. I mean gray.
Red.
Red first,
Interesting.
and then rap.
Rap. I would say rap would be like red,
I thought purple.
purple,
I don't know why.
purple.
Purple and yellow. Like the song Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow.
Okay.
But this is purple and yellow. I don't know. When I read the questions, these are the colors that popped in my head. Red and purple.
Well, I mean, what color is rock music, right? Is there a specific color? No, but I think it falls into the trend of like what people like to wear based on their
Genre.
lyrics, the genre of music and everything. What color they choose based on the mood, the lyrics of the music, and how dark or how lightful it is on the lyrics, the music, the vibe of it, if it makes you dance, right? I think that's where we can kind of define what color we can say, music is, depending on the genre that it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we could still, like you said, we could go to a rock concert and wear red. You'll probably be the only one sticking out. But, if you guys had a situation where you guys were like...
Everybody's wearing black.
Yeah, and you walked in and wearing white. I don't know if you guys had a situation like that before, right?
I mean, if I think about reggaeton, I think about orange. Maybe because it's so lively and like summertime. That's a color, I think.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's not really any specific color to
No,
it.
no,
It's,
no,
it's
no.
just
These are just
basically
what pops in
yeah.
my head.
No, yeah. Obviously, it's what we think about it, right? But it's what we make out of it also as well too, because that's what it is. If you're gonna go to anything, whatever you like, rock, pop, or rock, it's whatever you want to create your color into what mood you're in, or what mood you're gonna set,
Yeah.
right? And that's what it is, and you could clearly see based on concerts now, or music that people wear whatever they want to wear to it, right?
Yeah.
And it all depends on the mood that you're in.
True. Okay, so the next question is a little bit more serious. So, do you think it's possible for religion to become obsolete? So gone.
Probably. I mean, if people stop believing, people stop, thinking about it, it's definitely gone. I think for individually, um, it's gone once you stop believing in a higher being,
Yeah.
or not necessarily in a higher being, but it's if you're talking about religion, if you don't practice, you don't believe, or you don't think about it, I think individually it just becomes obsolete out of your life individually. Not necessarily out there, but just
I mean,
personally.
yeah, personally, yes,
Right.
obviously, religion can become something that's not part of your life. Um, I think as a whole, will it ever be gone? I think maybe it will be gone in the face of others, but like secretly, it won't. It wouldn't be, because we're thinking like, for our Bible readers, towards the end, like Christians, believers, people that are believers of God, we're gonna be like, people are gonna want to kill us. So I think it's gonna be more like on the DL. So it's not gonna be gone in the sense of like inside of us, but like I think to the world, like the bad people are just gonna make it bad. That's what I'm saying. This was more an in-depth question, but as long as you have a relationship with the higher power, then that's never gonna be gone. But religion, maybe, we're going towards those sad times, in my opinion, sad times.
So lift up the mood, right? What's your favorite part about being a parent? For the people that are not parents or not yet, I mean, one day will come if that's the decision you guys decide to do. But at least for us, what's our favorite part of being a parent? Um, I guess at least for me, it will be like the new adventures that come with it, because it's like you were a child once, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to understand a children or our children, it's like to also understand what we kind of went through. You know what I mean? And that's kind of being at least the favorite part about it is like you're able to be a kid again.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're able to live another childhood, at least yours, but through now with your own kids.
Yeah.
And you mold your kids on what you want them to be, how you want them to grow up. What you teach them, how you talk to them, and what quality of time you spend with them and everything like that. But I think that's for me like the fun part, that you're able to be a kid again. You're able to enjoy the little things with them, see what makes them laugh, and then if you're able to act childish just like them, they'll appreciate that. And that's where you kind of like reborn again.
As a
Because
child.
as a child, right, through them.
Yeah. Definitely.
And obviously, seeing them smile, going through the different adventures, different places, seeing them happy. It also, I think that's the favorite part, at least. Seeing them happy, seeing me makes me happy, right? And it's always a good time seeing your little ones having fun.
Yeah.
But not only that, but you having fun, and also your wife, your husband, also having fun with them.
Yeah. I mean, basically what you said. Like when we were little, we did like the Valentine's cards and the Halloween and all that stuff. So I think just reliving those things through their eyes, it makes it, to me, that's the best part. Like you said, just like doing what we loved as a kid, but doing it with them. One thing that I believe maybe both of us, just because of our circumstances, we do our best to like spend that quality time with our girls, um, and play with them. And maybe sometimes that's not fun because, for example, me, I have to sit and my back hurts sometimes, but I play with her. And the fact that I play with her, that makes her so happy. So she's happy, and that makes me happy. It fills my soul. It feels like those gaps, that maybe throughout the day, it's like, okay, I'm happy that I was able to play with her and that she's happy. And then with, the baby, I come home from work and like she's just like, whoa, she's here. I think it's mostly because I still breastfeed. So she wants me for other purposes. But I love the feeling of coming home and then she like looks at me and she's like, the same thing with you.
Here. Right.
But with you, maybe it's not that, But because like today, he came home and she heard your voice. And as soon as she heard your voice, she was like doing her squatting position. She got up and she went straight to where she heard you. So to me, those are very beautiful moments that it's just like, oh, they love you so much. Or Emmy will be like, Mommy. Yes, Emmy, I love you.
Right.
And I guess all those little moments are just what makes it worth it, because being a parent, an active parent, I should say, is very hard. Because then you battle with your mind thinking that I do enough today, because you want to be there for them as much as possible.
Yeah, and when we say also to that, it doesn't have to be like taking them out to like different places or spending money.
No.
It has to be like, taking them to the park, taking walks, doing little things, being creative, talking to them, listening to them, seeing what what they want to do, and listen to what they enjoy, and that also becomes, like I said, it's becomes part of your favorite part of being a parent, because you're able to listen to what they want, and that's where you kind of pay attention to them, and they'll appreciate that, at least growing up, and again, everything that you teach, everything that you do with them, also it becomes part of how they're also going to grow up, and once they have children, they're going to want to do the same thing too, right?
Yeah, spending that quality time,
right,
and whatever it is,
and whatever it is, and then having fun, right? Any other questions or fun things, right? I mean, there's still a lot, guys.
Yeah.
There's still a lot, guys.
Just
to know, about us, or about, we want to know more about you guys out there, our viewers. Anybody that wants, give us any questions or anything that, wants to get to know us, or be at least with our, our friends and everything, we would love to hear that in your comments also, right? And we'll definitely do more videos like this.
Yeah, this is something fun, and we wanted to sit down and just do something casual and not so much of a topic, something that we can laugh about.
Right.
And definitely in the future, we want to do more videos like this. Maybe, in the near future, we can talk about like how we met, and questions about like us, for our married couples that are watching us. And we're not perfect, but I think we can bring some value into people's lives when it comes to, being married.
Right.
Almost 10 years.
You guys, we'll share that on a different video. But I think we could wrap it up, right? And again, thank you guys for watching, right? Where you guys are always, welcome here on our channel. Again, if you guys have any comments, anything that you guys want to add, also questions, anything that you guys want to get to know about us too, we would love to, read them all in the comments, and we'll create a different video on that too. Other than that, again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, right? And hit that little bell for, notifications. Other than that, welcome you guys here back again at, your favorite podcast, one podcast at a time.